Hi everyone, it's Miss Brenner. I hope you're all doing well and staying happy and healthy. I'm here to talk to you about our Week 16 agenda for Science Fiction Online. I am opening this agenda on Friday, so it's open a little bit early for you if you want to get ahead. I know we are getting close to a holiday break, so I just want to make sure that if you are trying to get ahead because maybe you have plans for the holidays, that you are able to accommodate yourself. Alrighty, so let's talk a little bit about this week's expectations. Sorry, this is week 16. Week 16, we are continuing to read the novel Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, and we're going to proceed to analyze the narrative through literary lens function and dystopian elements. So currently we have to work on understanding how this society functions and the characters and those basic plot elements. But very soon we're going to start analyzing using dystopian controls and elements of that nature. So make sure that you review your dystopian notes, that way you know the different elements of a dystopia, types of dystopian controls, and we're going to need to know the setting and the characters. We are going to be able to identify qualities within a text that support a dystopian universe. So dystopian universe is a satirical commentary on the world that we currently live in and where they think we might be headed. So not only does it kind of work to predict the future, but it hopefully won't actually predict the future because maybe we won't end up there. Okay, so our essential questions. How do characters come to expect a dystopian society? Why would the society exist in this form? And how does an author use elements of dystopian control to satire our own society? So those are our questions. For activities 1 and 2, we are going to have a discussion about chapters 1 through 7. So the questions that I'm going to ask in this discussion, you do not necessarily need to know what happens in chapters 6 and 7 to answer it. So you have an option. You can go ahead and read chapters 6 and 7 and then answer this discussion question, or you can answer it prior. These questions have to do more with your own personal outlook than it does the exact events in chapters 6 and 7. So, for our analysis of the story so far, part 1, we're looking at how important is it for individuals to find their own happiness, and can happiness be given to someone without their own self-exploration? For part 2, how important is it to be a part of a group or community for a person's mental health? How does being a part of a community change our perspective of ourselves? So for each of these parts, I'm expecting that you probably can't answer it in less than 7 sentences. So that would mean a total of 14 sentences for this discussion. And then you are responding to 1 other student. So like I said before, you can answer this discussion prior to reading chapters 6 and 7, or you can wait till after you read chapters 6 and 7. It more has to do with an overarching theme of the story in general. Alright, continuing on with activities 1 and 2, we are reading chapter 6 from Brave New World. This is through Edpuzzle. There is also a link to a digital copy of the story, and you had the option to pick up a paper copy. So we are reading chapter 6, and we are answering the questions in Edpuzzle, and then there are some questions on a worksheet, so that way you can go back and review those at any time. All of that can be found in Activities 1 and 2 folder. We are then reading chapter 7, answering questions on the worksheet. All of that can be found in Activities 1 and 2's folder for week 16. We then have creative writing for this week. We have 4 different writing prompts, and those writing prompts are: a group of travelers are exploring a deep, dark, remote cave when they find a computer and a lunchbox. A double agent is assigned by both of the countries they work for to capture their alias. Forget Ferris Bueller. You were determined to make this the best day off ever. Or you were ready to write the worst Amazon review ever. So those are our 4 writing prompts for this week. Activities 3 and 4 is Brave New World, chapters 8 and 9. So we are continuing on with the novel. It's through Edpuzzle once again, though there is a paper copy available and there is a digital copy as well. And then there are questions for the Brave New World worksheet that can all be found in Week 16, Activity 3 and 4 folder. We're doing the same thing for Chapter 9. And then we have an analysis portion that wraps up Chapters 1 through 9, along with a video about an interview of Aldous Huxley and his purpose for writing the novel. So after listening to the interview of Aldous Huxley, use your gained knowledge about his intentions when writing Brave New World to reflect and answer these questions. So Part 1, what was Aldous Huxley's purpose in writing the novel Brave New World? Is the novel successful in expressing these intentions? And then Part 2, what is the author's mood and tone throughout, that's supposed to say Chapters 8 and 9. Please use specific examples in your response. So once again, this is for Chapters 8 and 9 of Brave New World. So please make sure that you respond to one other student after you have completed Parts 1 and 2. I would expect that you can't complete either Part 1 or Part 2 in less than 5 sentences. So at minimum 10 sentences total. And then we have our silent reading. Students should be silently reading for 90 minutes. Our discussion is, how does the setting of the story impact the plot? If the setting was changed, would the story change? And then comment on one other student's discussion post. Alrighty guys. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.